This is optional, but I'll be using braiding hair to braid my scalp braids so that my hair can last longer. Also, I will be using clips to section my hair. I will also be using a needle and thread to braid down my loose ends, and a wide tooth comb and a fine tooth comb, one to part and one to detangle. Also moisturizing my hair with shea butter. Make sure that your hair is clean before you do any protective hairstyle. Also gonna need scissors, a crochet needle with the latch, and of course, you're gonna need the hair. The hair that I'm gonna be using is the deep twist. That's the style, and the color is P1B/27. All the hair is from Model Hair That Glance. I will be using one pack of this color, and I will be using two packs of P27/613. And this hair was $4.99 at my local beauty supply store, I believe. And I had bought an extra bag, which is a 27 that I didn't use, that I will use for another time for another protective hairstyle. So right now I am moisturizing my hair with the shea butter, and like I said, you want to make sure that you're doing your protective hairstyle on clean hair, because if you don't, then you're really gonna, be itching, and your hairstyle is probably gonna get old faster. So, you want to section your hair from ear to ear. The top part will be small braids, and the back will be big braids. And this braiding pattern that I'm doing, it is the most easiest braiding pattern that I have came across. I used to do like small braids all the way to the back, and that was a lot of work. And I think this braiding pattern put in less work for me. So instead of having small braids all over my head, I just had small braids in the top and big braids in the front. I'm just using a thick piece of hair, not too thick, but thick enough to braid my hair with. I don't want it to be too thin either. I want it to be able to to protect my real hair. I'm going to go ahead and tell you now how I crocheted my hair in at the front, because you will not see me crocheting my hair in the front. You only see me crochet some of my hair in the back. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Maybe I was too tired or just doing other stuff when I was doing my hair, and I just wasn't consistent with recording, and also my phone needed to be charged. So, in the front, I mostly crocheted my braids close together, especially where I would like my hair to be parted off at. And in the back, I spaced it out in the back like a finger wide apart. In the back, it really don't have to be that full, well, if you're going for that look of a full look, go ahead and crochet it in your hair close together, but it will be like really thick, and it would just be a lot of hair. But if you're going for that look, go ahead, but I would recommend you to, space it out in the back mostly, but in the front you want to do it close together, so whenever you want to, do a updo or, pin up your hair, you won't be able to see your braids, your cornrows. Here I'm connecting two braids from the top, and I'm going to make one big braid going down the middle of my head. When I start my braids off, I like to start with a braid in the middle so that my braids will be even. In the front of my head, I have a total of 19 braids. I usually have an even number of braids, but for some reason I only had 19 in the front, but in the back I will have a total of 10 braids. So yeah, I just connected two braids or one braid um, to make a bigger braid in the back. And you will see uh, my complete um, braiding pattern. Here I am cutting off some thread and um, putting, I'm just preparing my needle and thread to sew up all my braids together that are hanging, as you can see. Now, I sewed one braid up, and you can also sew two and three braids up together. If you don't want to do it this way, you can also braid all the braids together across the nape of your neck, and you'll just have one braid hanging down, and you can just sew that one up. But I decided this time around on myself that I would sew the braid, almost every braid, up, so this way, it'll be easier for me to crochet at the bottom, at the nape of my neck. The braiding part, I would say, probably took me at least 45 to at most an hour to do. Now, when I sewed all my ends up, I did have some hair sticking out. I just cut that off. I just went ahead and cut that off. And yeah, during the crocheting process, I did see the hair, come loose or whatever. But for the most part, all of it didn't come down, and I just crocheted that hair that was sticking out down. So I just got some hair and like crocheted and tied the hair over it, and it wasn't sticking out anymore. But here is my braiding pattern. The first bag of hair that I'm going to be using is P1B/27. I mostly wanted the black hair to be in the back, and I also wanted some hair in the front, some black hair in the front as well, but I didn't have enough hair to do that. And the remainder of my head is just blonde and brown. And I separated the hair. You don't want to put big chunks of hair in there because, of course, since this hair curl pattern is like very loose, if you get a thick piece of hair, then it will come sliding straight out of your head. You want to get a small piece of hair, not too small, but small enough that that the knot is going to stay. So here I'm showing you how I crocheted my hair in. You just want to stick the crochet needle through your under your braid, or you can do it through your braid with the latch open, and then you put your hair onto the hook in half, making sure that it's even, and then you close the latch, and when you close the latch, pull it through, and take the hook from the loop and put your two fingers in the loop, and you're going to pass the 2 strands of hair through that loop. But first you want to make sure the hair is even. So you'll adjust your fingers that is in the loop to straighten the hair to make it even. So now you pass the 2 strands of hair through the loop, and then you're gonna twist the loop up and pass it through there again, and then you're gonna twist the loop up and pass the strands of hair through the loop again. You can do this like 3 to 5 times to make sure, and push the knot down to secure it. So yeah, that's how I crochet the hair. I did it in slow motion for you guys. Just go back and replay it if you need to. But here for the last part of the video, you'll just be seeing me crochet the back end. The way that I tried to the way that I tried to crochet my braids in is to act as if I was sewing tracks onto my head. You know, I wanted to crochet my hair in left to right instead of doing braid by braid in the back, especially in the back. Now in the front, I did crochet my hair in braid by braid for the most part, but in the back, I wanted to make it, you know, not too full. And I wanted to have enough hair, and I didn't want to use, you know, all my bags of hair. So yeah, I used like 3 bags of hair. I didn't need 4 bags of hair. So I just went from left to right, crocheting the braids in, well, crocheting the hair in, and, you know, doing it that way, it made it easier for me to see if that row is full enough. You know, just crochet the hair going left to right, and if you feel like, it feel like it looked like it need more hair on it, like it looked like some pieces of hair is missing, go ahead and crochet some more hair in, and then you move on to your next row, you know, crocheting more hair from left to right above what you already did. And, you know, make sure that you space out the hair, but not too much, you know, at least a finger width apart. I will be doing a review on this hairstyle and this hair for crocheting with it, so stay tuned for that. I don't know how long it took me to do these crochet braids, but whenever I crocheted anybody hair, it take me at least 3 to 4 hours long. I have no idea how long it took me to do mine because I was doing my own head. I didn't have to hurry up and do my own head, and I was just, you know, doing other stuff. And I watched this new movie that came out on TV1 called Hear No Evil. It's a good movie. It's about this girl that was deaf. She got struck by lightning, and you know, when after she got struck by the lightning, she did live, but she gained a gift from God. She could hear God's voice. It's like she was a prophet because she was telling her uncle and other people what they needed to do in their life so that they can live, and, you know, just telling people what God said to her or whatever. And that was a good movie to me. You should go watch it. It's called Hear No Evil, and it was made in 2015. This isn't a scary movie. This isn't an old movie. This is 2015 movie. But if you guys have any questions about the way I installed my hair, or about the hair, or about my braiding pattern, or about anything about this video, please feel free to leave it in the comment box below. I will get back to you as soon as possible. You know, I'm fast at commenting back to my subscribers or whoever comment on my video, so you don't have to worry about not hearing from me. I will comment. I will reply back to your comments as soon as I see them. So, I'm not going to keep you guys any longer. Thank you guys for, clicking on this video and watching it all the way through and listening to me. Sorry I didn't have a clip of when I finished. You guys will have to watch for part 2 when I'm talking about the finished product. So, thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.